You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop, and it's time for something called a shaker maker. This is the Disney Princess version, and there are all kinds out there. So don't think that you have to stick with the Disney Princess version. There's Star Wars, there's Simpsons, there's Ben 10, Mickey Mouse, Scooby-Doo, all different kinds. So if you're into crafting and creating and painting, you might like this. I've never done one, so that's why we have it here now. It's for me to try. Make and paint 2 plaster characters is what you're doing, and that's what it says. This side here shows you one of them. Now, if mine can look like that, I mean, I'd be really happy. And then there's this one here. Can you see it here? Let's see if there's anything else. Warnings, information, and the back. So basically, you're mixing, you're casting, and then you're painting. And then here's everything that comes in the kit. Like I said, this is all, did I say it? It's all new to me. I've never done it. And we wanted to try one, and maybe we'll just get more kits and find if we could find them out there. What year is this from? This is from 2012. It feels heavy. So here is something, and here is something. We got lots of somethings. I can't expect the paint to be good, so I don't know. In 2012, it might be. I might have to get other paints. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. And then here is the, well, looks like mold 1. Check that out. It's hard to see here. Is that better? Then here is mold 2. And then let me see if I left the instructions in there. Oh no, I pulled them out. This one's stuck. Let me see if there's a way to get that out. Oh, there we go. So here is the other one. So the princess is here. And then her shoe. I'm sure you know what princess that is, everybody. Okay. And let's see, this, I don't know what this is. Looks like I'm just going right in. Sometimes I stop and take everything out of the packaging, but I'm not stopping. Looks like little stands so you can display them. It says shaker maker on the bottom. This must be the mix, of course. I want to be careful here. Oh, that's the bag too. Ooh, I got it stuck. Alright. So hopefully it's proportioned. It's proportioned. So I don't have to do any measuring. Let's see. Need a refill for even more creative fun. So you can keep UK and Ireland only. So you can keep making and creating. You can have a whole shaker maker collection. Alright, so let's see. English. That's where I need to be. Read through all instructions before you start. Contents, okay, we're good there. Push the mold into the shaker maker base as shown in the illustration. Okay, so that's the illustration, I guess. Making sure the mold sits level in the base. Ensure the indents around the edge of the mold line up with the ridges on the base. Fill the shaker maker clear cup lid up to the fill line with warm to the touch tap water. Do not use hot water. I see now. So this is the main base. Okay. And then there's a fill line, they say. Where's your fill line? Maybe it's on this one. Here is the lid. So there is a fill line. See that? So this goes like this. This goes like that. And then, okay, and then open plaster bag, hold a powder bag at the top and shake so contents settle at the bottom of the bag. Pour the contents of the bag into the water. So you're putting that into this, water to this line, then the contents in the bag. Place the shaker maker base with the mold over the clear cup lid. Twist until it's securely locked in place and the dots line up. Okay, gently tap the shaker maker. Wait and leave the okay. Well, I need to get the water. We'll go into this a little bit more. And we'll progress as I get the water and get going here. And I'll clean up, get set up like I normally do now, and we'll get started. All right, here we go. So we have two princesses to choose from. I had the Cinderella in there originally and the Snow White. So I think I'm going to do the Cinderella first. I'll probably do both of them for you just so you can see them. And a couple things. So when you're putting your clear plastic piece in, there's a tab here, and then this is cut out around the edges. So you're going to kind of put it in and turn it till it's locked in. Now, it will not come out. And then this is actually the lid, because eventually it's going to start, you mix it this way, which is the bottom, but then when it dries, you turn it this way, which now becomes the lid. Okay? So there's a seal around here. They wanted you to make sure that that seal is always in place, because when you lock this together, you'll see there's these little dots, and they're in different spots. Once those are lined up, that means that it's locked on. Now we can shake it and move it, and then do the mold. So the first thing is to have your mold in place. They didn't say about covering anything in the mold. Remember that? No mold release or anything. It says push the mold into the shaker maker base as shown in the illustration. Make sure the mold sits level in the base. Ensure the indents, which I was showing you, line up with the ridges. Okay? So our indents line up with the ridges. We're good? Then fill the shaker maker clear cup lid up to the fill line with warm to the touch tap water. Do not use hot water, which I have. So let's get in here and see. So you could see the fill line, which down here, way down here. So let's see how much that takes. I'm a little tiny bit over. I say a tiny bit, maybe a couple drops. Let's let that settle. I'm looking where you're looking. Okay, it's right there. Warm water. Always ensure the rubber seal is located securely, which it is. Open plaster bag, hold the powder bag at the top, and shake as the contents settle. So let's get a little more room here so we can... Okay. Did that. Hold the powder bag at the top and shake. All right, at the bottom bag, pour the content of the bag into the water. I get nervous and excited that I like doing something new. So hopefully you can see my experience here and what I run into. So if I totally mess up, you'll know. All right, done that. Place the shaker maker base with the mold over the clear cup lid. Twist until it is securely locked. All right, remember all that? Locked, pins in place. Please ask an adult to help if this is difficult. Swirl gently for 15 seconds. So count out there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, shake the unit up and down vigorously with the shaker maker clear cup lid facing down, approximately 50 times. This should take 30 seconds, and I do have a picture here of the swirling and then the shaking. Okay, so this part down, this part up. So here we go. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30. Okay, next. Let's see, I messed up my instructions. So that was approximate. Shake the OK and vigorously OK, 30 seconds. Turn the shaker mirror over into the up position and carefully twist off the top to remove it from the base. Okay, do I let it settle? How long do I let it settle? Let's see. Turn the shaker mirror over and carefully twist off the top to remove it from the base. Pour any, oh, there we go, material left in the clear cup lid into the mold. Please ask an adult to help if this is difficult. So let's see what we have. Ah, I get it. Ah, see? So now it is in the mold. So let me get a tool and scrape that in there. I didn't have a tool ready. Okay. The nearest thing I could find is one of my chopsticks, which I've used in other videos, so. Let's see if we can just get this off of the edge. I don't think we're done yet. You almost just want to use your finger. That's what I'm going to use. There's a lot more in there. Nothing like plaster on your finger. It's fun. There we go. There. I guess you could use like a kitchen spatula or something like that. Alright, towel. Now, it's not done. Gently tap the shaker maker base to eliminate any bubbles. That'll help settle all this too. Let me get this all out of here. It's already starting to set. Okay, here we go. Cool. This will help level it out too, which it is. Here, I'll do this hand and keep reading. This could take up to 30 seconds, so I'm going to do this for a little while here. Wait and leave the product to stand for 90 minutes. Okay, now it says while that's doing that, wash the shaker maker clear cup lid with warm water and dry while you wait for the model to dry. Make sure the rubber seal is always replaced after cleaning. Ensure the indents around the base of the mold line up the ridge in the base. Gently turn the mold and base upside down to release the mold. Okay, so that's where this needs to be locked in. It did turn a little. I think we're good. I was lost in thought there. So I'm going to clean up now. We'll come back in 90 minutes. Wow. And we'll just continue on and see how it works out. All right, I am back, and good news. I was actually, here's what I did. There was a lot on this edge, so I took one of my older tools. It's sharp, but it's not too bad. I picked away, went around, and cleaned all this edge up. Okay. And you'll still see some in there. Now, you're supposed to wash it between uses. So once I got all that out, then it actually just popped out on its own. I didn't take much to do it. And look how nice it came out. And that's what this little stand is for. So will I clean up this edge? I probably will. I'll probably just take a sharp object like this and whittle my way around slowly. But I want it to cure just a little bit more, I think. But I can work with this to clean this edge. Then I'll probably just go all the way around like that to get a nice smooth edge. But before I do this, and I don't want to rush any more than I'm doing this now, I want to take your time. I want to get the next one poured and ready so that I can paint them all. So this can come out now. Remember those tabs. So once it's in the area without the tabs, it should pop out. Let me see, maybe a little bit more. There you go. So now the second one can go in. Now I'm going to wash it after this. There's no reason for me to wash it twice. Okay, so it's locked in. So that's set. And then my second piece. All right. Fill the water. Remember the steps now? To the line. All right. Shake your bag. And that's warm to the touch. When you put this in, then put over the top, then gently shake. Swirl gently, remember? I was actually looking off to the side and not paying attention to my spill there. Okay, so swirl gently for 15 seconds approximately, or 30 seconds. That kind of gives you that initial mix, I think. Oh, that was 15 seconds, okay. Then shake vigorously about 30 seconds. So let me set my timer, reset, start. I brought in a little spatula too. Using 2 hands now. Okay. Now remember, turn it this way. I'll take it off. You can scrape out the excess. I'm moving a little quicker this time, so maybe the back will settle a little bit nicer. I'll clear this off. Now, it doesn't say to do this clearing of the edge, but I'm doing it anyway. That might help in the cleaning of the edge later. Now, the underside of this one does look better than the last one. Would you agree? Probably because I was a little more efficient this time, knowing what I was doing. Okay, and then tap gently. 30 seconds. I'm going to resume my timer. Air bubble just popped up right there. The back of this one seems to be much smoother now. Again, I think it was just time. I was the first time was my, my test one. And now I see more air bubbles coming up. It seems to be a smoother consistency. Okay, good. I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to clean up now, check my paints. Well, let me do that now. I'll check the paints to see if I can use these to paint. If they're good or bad, I don't know. Oh yeah, looks like they're still good. Or it's just deceiving. Am I being deceived? No, it's ready to go. Excellent. So I need to clean up all this powder. There's lots of powder here. And we'll come right back. Maybe I'll start painting this one, and by that time, the next mold will be ready. Okay, I'm back, and everything's ready to go. So I'm going to do a little bit of painting for you. Painting is not one of my specialties. It's also hard to do on camera because it's very time consuming, but I'll paint a little bit of it and we'll see how that works. So the first mold came out really good. No real air pockets. The texture is good. The overall smoothness is nice. Now I did scrape the back here. Now if you don't feel comfortable using a sharp object, any metal object, even a fork on its side, will scrape that down for you, or have an adult help you with that. Now this one here, I haven't even, I touched it a little bit, and when I did, most of this outer surface came off. So you want to make sure, they say don't put that in your drain. So get that all out of there. And then be careful if you're going to turn it over. So throw that in the garbage. Okay. And then the other one just popped right out. So we'll see if this one does it. If it doesn't, they do say you can flex it just a little. I thought too, these would be good molds for gummies. Wouldn't they make a good gummy? Huh? What do you think? So look at that one. So on the back, much smoother on this. So like I said, this is the flat, dull side. You could just take it like this and clean up this edge. You're basically just sanding it down. And it will leave a little powder. I'll just throw that in the garbage. See how nice that one cleaned up? These are, what I'm thinking, pretty cool kits. Be worth getting the Star Wars and the Scooby-Doo one, wouldn't it? So this can be washed, so I'll move this stuff out of the way. We don't need this. I did want to show you the insert on this. It is this gasket, and it's pretty much the same, but it goes around here. You need to make sure, I took it out when I wash it each time, that it's in place, because that's what seals everything, okay? And now on to the painting part. The part I'm most nervous about. Let's see. This one probably needs to cure a little bit longer. And then this one is ready to go. So let me just put it down here so it's somewhat flat. And I'm going to have to use the box as a reference. Remember, they have the pictures there. Now, I'm sure some of you out there are pretty talented and you can get this like this. But I do see that the outside is blue, her dress is blue, the slipper is blue, or shoe, whatever you want to call it. The glass shoe. Let's see. So that blue is not part of the blues. So then I'm thinking, all right, you gotta mix blue and white. So let me see if I can get a color combination. This is the paintbrush that came with it. And then I got a little bowl to clean it. So I'm just gonna mix enough for the slipper part. Because technically I think you'd have to mix a lot if you're gonna really do the whole outside. And then I'll put a couple blues, maybe one blue. More white than blue. If you have other paints too, I'm sure you don't have to stay with their paints. If you have your own painting kit. Let's see. It's a nice light blue. Mix it real good. I'm going to attempt to paint the slipper. Now, for me, I think this brush is too big for this, so I would probably get more brushes ready. Here, let's do this. The heart they show as blue. I probably would get a finer brush. Especially with all the little details they show. This would be the part where you really gotta, it's up to you. You could just paint the whole thing one color, but if you're looking to, you know, really explore your talents, this would be one way to practice them. I'm trying not to breathe either. A lot of people say I breathe heavy, but it's because I'm in concentration and I'm right by the microphone. So how's that? And then they show pink dots around that. But now I have some blue, so I might as well see. The blue strip around her hair, oh, that one's going to be tough. It's way in here. You really need a super fine brush for this. And then that's really, it goes a little bit past that. Okay. I'm just hitting spots of blue that I could see. And then the shoe. I really was coming into this to do the shoe. Here we go. And if you go over a little bit, I guess that's okay, because you can come by with the next color and fill in your little issues. So they show the whole inside of the shoe blue. And then the heel also blue. The heel's in there. And I'm sure too, if you want to put a second coat on something, you can. Okay. What other little tidbits of blue? Well, besides the whole thing being blue, her dress is blue. This whole bottom section is blue. I'm concentrating. There you go. And any other little tidbit, the little band around her arm, I don't think I can do that, is blue. Her necklace is blue. Wow, this one's going to be hard. I would probably normally get a super fine brush. Okay. And then this part of her dress. Now that's a lot. Maybe I'll just do that so that you can see. Watch me paint a little bit more. And then all of her dress matches. I don't want to come back and have to remix the blue. I'm not too worried about the outer part. I can change the shade on that. Get a little paint off of there. Here we go. Flatten my brush. A little bit more on there. There we are. Now maybe I'll come back in a later video. Let's say the next shaker maker set. If I can get this updated and painted. Probably the quietest I've ever been in a video. And this edge here. Okay. There. I did it. How's that? I'll put it back on the stand. And let me just show you both of them closer up. Because I need to take a break. Yes, when you paint, you have to take breaks. There's no such thing as speed painting. I guess there is, but it's hard for me to sit there for a long time focusing and detailing on that. Let's go in there and check it out. So there you go. What do you think about shaker makers? Do you like that? Do you think that'd be fun? It is. So I'm going to end there and say thanks for watching. And thanks for painstakingly watching me try to paint that. And again, pretty cool. These molds might be great for gummy, so we'll see. And thanks for watching. It's really appreciated. If you want to see other cool stuff, there's probably going to be a playlist in the description there. Or not, just search our channel. Later! If you want to find this item, click the link in the description area below the video. You can also watch more videos in this series by clicking here. Thanks for watching! And always remember, if you see a lucky penny, pick it up!